All righty, we'll get started. Welcome to Yoga, Beginner, Basic, and Beyond. And today, let's start standing. So let me just adjust the picture. See how that is. How's that? Okay. We'll work with it. So feet are parallel. Hips press forward, shoulders are down. Let's keep the hands open. And as we find this placement, let's take an inhale with the hand on top of the head. Inhale and look up, but don't move your hand. So you're feeling your head press into the hand. And then let your gaze come down and relax. So the hand is just resting here. The idea is that as you inhale and lift up, lifting the eyes up lifts also the body up. So it gives a feeling. It lifts some of the muscles, the tension rises upward. And that's what we're trying to do. We're making length in the body. We're lengthening. So your hands on your head. And as you inhale, you're looking up. And subtle, feel yourself be taller and pressing into your hand. It's something you can do every day to find yourself standing bigger, taller, longer. Let's do one more. Hand on the head. Look up as you inhale. Hold there and then exhale. Don't let your body drop. This is the posture we're going to maintain as we close our eyes, breathing in and out to settle in. Take your long inhales and exhales. If you feel yourself rolling about a little bit and not exactly finding your center, inhale with the eyes closed, focusing upward again, this time not towards the top of the head, but towards the middle of the brow. So take your breath in, picture the center of your brow, the third eye, and then exhale out. Again, standing tall, inhale, the breath goes up, your inner gaze is on your third eye, and then exhale out. Take a few more breaths like this, bringing your gaze up to the center of the brow, and then releasing. And inhaling. Exhaling. Let's take one more here. All the way up. Feel it right in the middle of the brow, and that's where you're looking inside. You're looking inside up to the middle eye. And then you're releasing and open up the eyes. Let your chin drop to the chest. Lift it up and take it back. Head to the right and head to the left. Let's bring the shoulders up to the ears and press them down. Inhaling and exhaling once more, bringing them in, letting them go. Take your hands onto your shoulders and loop around, all the way around. Once, let's go the other way, all around. Bring your hands down to take them up. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Bring them into yourself. Let's flex the wrists, elbows are out. We're taking energy, we're acknowledging the self. And that way we switch out to acknowledge others. Stretch your arms out, keep the shoulders down. Open up, embrace all the world. And then take your breath up, inhale up, bringing that embrace beyond ourselves up. And then take it back down. Once more, into yourself. Press firmly, hand against hand. Out to others. Open up for the embrace. Inhale, reaching up beyond yourself and pulling it down. Let's bring the hands up to Temple Mudra here. Pull up. Rise tall. Remember that feeling of lifting the head up. The rest of the body will follow. I mean the top of the head, not the chin. Remember the whole head. And then over to the right. Try and keep these arms straight between the head if you can. Come on back up. Bringing them up and over the other way. Taking them over. Come forward, bend, bring the hands down. Bend knees, hands to the ground, head is down. See if you can stretch your knees and bend. Stretch and bend and stretch. Hands to the thighs, press out the spine, flat back, open up, and inhale back up. And exhale down. Once more, bringing your arms up. Take that back bend. Open up the heart. This time let's swan dive. Keep those arms wide, strong fingers wild. Fold over. Bend the legs or straight. Hands come down. Head is down. Bend the knees if they're not already bent. And straighten. Bend and straighten. Come up to a flat back. Pull your spine out. Lengthen. Arms out. And inhale yourself up and down. Take the spine side to side. Let me move our screen for getting into the balance of our legs. Let's see how that goes up there. Okay. It's not important right now. You see my face. We're just standing straight, parallel legs. And we'll first press down on the left. The left is going to be our secure foot. So come onto the ball of the right foot and press it down. Let's lift that leg up. Doesn't have to be high. Straighten it out. And just sweep a little bit back. Finding the balance on the left. Sweep forward. And back. 2 more. So you have to have your gaze somewhere steady. You don't want your eyes fluttering around the room. Once you bring it forward, let's take it across and over, just this way, back and forth. We're also opening up the hip, finding the balance, and then experiment a little bit. Back, side, around. By now your left leg is getting tired, so let's put this down and loosen up the legs. Right foot stays down, left comes forward, and back, and forward. 3 more times. And then when you bring it front, take it across. And then just wiggle it around. Just building strength in the hip and in the balance. And put it down. Alrighty, let's cross the right wrist over, grab the hands, bring them in, pulling them out and in. So we're rotating the bones of the wrist, the radius and the ulnar. Opposite hand on top, pull it in, elbows can come in so you can press out. Let's try it one more time. Right's on top, pull it in. Now you can't just flip it up. You've got to bring those elbows down, and then you're up and out. Opposite wrist. Pulling it in, the elbows down and the hands come up and over and out. Bringing them back in. Let's do a review of the warrior poses. Let's see here. They're called warrior. They're based on mythology. All myths have stories of women either being forced to marry someone they don't love, or someone thinking someone is in love with someone else when they're supposed to be in love with them. Classic stories throughout the centuries. And the warrior poses have to do with a woman feeling betrayed and her father's grief and her throwing herself into a pyre. But out of all that comes a strength and an endurance, and that's what we have in our pose for ourselves. So warrior one is a very strong pose, and we're going to step forward with the right foot. Now today I want us to have a bigger warrior one than we usually do. So, and I do it too. Sometimes we just take a right foot forward and a left one back, just a nice easy little warrior one. Nothing wrong with that. But because we're going to find the strength in this pose, I want you to take your foot back another 5-6 inches, your back foot, and then bend that knee. Check that you're feeling the back of your foot, the outside corner of your foot is pressed down on the mat. You're not rolled over onto the arch. And then bring your arms up, strong warrior arms. And take some breaths here. Getting into the pose, feeling the hips, the hamstrings, the foot, the arms, the shoulders, and the determination. Let's take one more inhale, and then an exhale. Step forward. Left foot stays forward now, and then the right one steps back. So whenever you step yourself back, and how in order to turn the hips front, you got to pivot on the foot as much as your hips need. And then step a little further back. Saying that about the hips as well is that not everyone's hips will turn easily when you're in that ideal pose that we used to talk about of heel to heel, but now it's more open. The rules are not as rigid. So that right foot, for some people, might want to be further out to get your hips forward. Perfect. And then keep that side of the foot pressed down. That's what we're going for. And watch that your knee goes between the first and second toes. Let's bring those strong arms up. Have your gaze focused on something distant. Feel the strength, feel the determination. You will get through whatever you need to get through. Let's take one more inhale. And an exhale. Back foot to front. Warrior Two uses even more of the body because the legs are to the side and the hips are front. So, as if you're in Warrior One, take that right foot forward again and the left foot back. But now turn the upper body and you'll feel pull right in here, away from the front of the foot. So you're facing front for Warrior Two. And let's go as deep as comfortable here. Spread those arms out. Press your hips a little bit forward. Make sure you're not swaying there in the back. Let's take one more breath. And then let's flip that left palm, flip the right, and tilt your body. And reversing the warrior. Come back to Warrior Two. Look over your right hand. Put your hands on the hips and heel, toe, back. Second side, left foot. You already feel your hips turning, so that's the challenge in Warrior Two. They don't follow the foot. And the other foot's back. A nice wide one. Sometimes you'll see people way, way, way down like that. If you can maintain that, wonderful. You don't want to be straining in the inner thighs, the inguinal region. So find a comfortable spot and then go just a little bit deeper. So here we have our Warrior Two. I'm making sure I don't roll over on my back foot. My knee is not beyond my toes. And then I'm going to look to the left. Let's flip our palms and tilt towards the back leg, reversing our warrior, ready to charge. Sometimes, if you go further over, this is humble warrior. Proud warrior. Proud. Bring the hands back. And straighten the leg and both toes are forward. Let's do the release from this. Both toes are forward. Hinge forward. Get your hands to the mat wherever you can reach, so it's usually further out. And press back, letting your head drop. Walking back. Hands to the hips and hinge up. I'm sorry, that reverse warrior, sometimes also called exalted warrior. can do humble later. So warrior three. Warrior three, you're ready to charge. We'll do right foot forward on the ball of the left. Arms are out. As you pick up, they're going to come forward pointing. And there are many ways to use your arms. Sometimes we keep them out for the balance. Sometimes we pull them back to open the chest and heart. Let's start here. Lift your leg up. Keep it flexed. As you come forward, think about bringing the arms forward, palm to palm. And your leg is going to keep going out, and it's with the back. So if I'm this high, that's where it is. If my leg is higher, I go further down. You're down with your spine. I wish I could see you. Probably wish you could see me doing it since I fell out of it. No harm. All right, let's do left foot forward. Both feet now, are facing the same direction. Let's keep our hands out. Press up. And take yourself out. So we spoke of humble warrior, and that's when we bow. It's also a very proud, strong pose. So we'll have our right foot forward. We're going to warrior one. It's a warrior one pose. Same as before, but arms are around the back. And they're put together. If you can put your palms together back there, that opens the shoulders a little bit more. So pull back, lift up the heart, and here we go. Forward, inside, or on top of the knee. And maybe the arms come up, maybe they stay on your back. Let's let them drift down to either side of our foot. Taking a breath, and you're just going to bring your back foot to the front. Forward fold, flat, open, and rise up and down. Humble warrior to the other side. Left foot is front, right foot's back, our warrior one pose. Now, if you feel you can't get inside that knee, just widen your stance. Take your front leg a little further out. So our shoulders are up, we're nice and strong. Hands behind the back, press them together, open up the heart, lift up your chin. And now let's bow, humble but proud. Let the hands drift down, either side of the foot. And this time we'll take the front foot to the back into downward facing dog. Take some breaths here. Let your head hang. A nice chance to stretch the neck. From here, we're going to round the spine. So pull your belly in, start to round and come forward. And then press back. Again, round and forward. Shoulders over wrists and back. This time, come up, round, bend the elbows, and press up, cobra or upward facing dog. So the difference is you put those thighs down. Again, press back to downward facing dog. Roll through the spine. At the top, bend the elbows, bring yourself down. And this time, let's stay down. So take your thighs down, release the feet. Bend up the left and down. And the right and down. And then let's come back all the way to child's pose. Brows down, arms can be straight, or they can come and grab your ankles here. This is a resting pose you can take anytime, but it also is a spine stretcher and works the knees and the thumbs. All right, we're done with our rest. Let's put our forearms down and we'll cat-cow here. I just want to check, are my knees under my hips? If not, adjust that. Let your belly drop, your head up, inhale, and rounding for the exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Take that right arm, bring it underneath, palm up, and put your head down. Release it and bring the arm back. Left. Threads underneath, come down onto your side. And let's come up. Rock a little bit back and forth here. Going to come up to dolphin, which means you curl the toes under, spread those fingers. Don't be just on your forearms or the wrists. Use that whole part of your body to lift up. Heels most likely won't touch here. It's a different kind of stretch. And then come back down. Let's come onto all fours. And we'll review two other poses that we did. Flipping the dog and sundial. So curl under and let's come up and breathe here. Lift the right leg up and bend and open for wild dog. Take the foot down. Lift the other. And then put it down. Let's roll forward for chaturanga. So check your fingers, check your wrists. Come, let's move. Go down and up and back. And then take 3 breaths here. After the 3rd breath, once again, bring that right leg up, bend it, and open the hips. So my right hip's on top of my left. I can look under my arm and see my foot. I'm going to pivot on my standing leg on the ball of the foot, bend both legs, and flip the dog. Coming back, same way. Hand comes down, leg comes up, and down. Take a breath here. Second side. Lift the leg, bend, open the hips. Ready to flip. Forward fold, flat back, and inhale up. And down. Slightly wider legs, but parallel feet. Inhale the bend more, bring your hands down in front of you. You're gonna rock back and forth, toe, heel, toe, heel. Come a little further, bend further. Maybe the backs of your knees are touching your upper arms. Touch on the arms and back. Touch. Pick up the left on the ball of the foot and take it behind the right. Bend your right leg. Touch the foot, the ankle. Maybe you can lift it up. Maybe not, just over here, and the leg is down. Keep the front leg bent and open up your arm down. Let's see, should I do it sideways? So, same thing again. Bend. Take your right leg behind the left. Maybe lift it. Reach for it. Simply touch it. Stay bent. Arm up. Bringing it down, take the leg back and come into your squat. And just put your butt down. And soles of the feet will be together. Flap the knees gently. Opening up there. Hold on to your ankles. Pull yourself forward, straight back. And back up. And forward. And up. Maybe each time you go a little deeper. And then let's bring the right foot up, keeping the left one down. Both hands inside. Walk them forward and stretch here. Get that right arm to go around the top of the knee, and maybe it grabs the left. And come up and put the foot down. Left knee is up. Both hands inside, move forward. Stretch out that left arm and take it around your knee and let it grab the right. And then release it and have the knees down again. We'll sit forward on the sits bones and back. Forward and back. Let's pick up the right leg and kind of pump it back. Take the other hand. My left hand now is to the outside of my right, and I'm pumping it a little more. And while I'm pumping, I'm kind of raising that leg up. So once you have it, maybe shoulder height, put the right hand down and let the leg just rest on your upper arm. Can you straighten it a little bit and take it down? Let's try with the hand. Put the hand on the outside of the foot, pulling it back and up. Let it come down. Rest back and forth. Maybe let's put the other leg on top and click and just rock a little bit back and forth. Left foot comes down, arm is removed, and you're sitting easy seated pose, inhaling up. Exhale down. Come back. And the left leg is up. Going to pump it, opening up the hip. Pull it back. Switch hands and pull it back. Start bringing it up. Take your left hand inside. So as long as you have your arm touching on your thigh there, you can let that foot go. Be right at the elbow, ideally a little above. So you can always, if it's too low, maybe try and pick it up. Move forward to get it into the spot. Find your balance here, and then stretch it out. And let's try with the hand. Stretch it, pull. So you're not pulling it up, you're really pressing against this hand, pressing against the leg to keep your hip open to the side. And maybe it's going to come straight, maybe it's almost straight. And you can picture the sun shining on you, marking out the hours as a sundial. And now let's pick the other leg up, hook it, and rock. Letting that go, cross the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do a twist. So inhale the arms up, twist to the right, look over your left shoulder. Reach forward and back, and forward and back. Turn your head the other way. And then bring both arms up and over, and then all the way up. Twist, release. Shift forward and back, forward and back. Turn the head the other way. And take the arms up and over and up and over. Let's stretch out our legs and come to a seated tree pose. The advantage of seated tree pose, of course, is that we're balancing easily because we're sitting, but that also you can bring your foot possibly higher than where your tree is. Normally when you stand, a lot of us have it somewhere around the knee, which is okay as long as you're not pressing on the knee, but this way you can maybe come a little bit higher and open up to the side because you have the floor to support you, so you know where your tree pose is going to be. Let's inhale our arms up and then open them like a tree growing. Sway a little bit, wind is blowing. Bring the hands down and stretch out the leg. Tree pose to the other side. Pull it up and release. Are you able to get closer to the mat? It's a nice opening there. And so that tree we want to install in our bodies so when we do it standing, we're in the same position. Bring the arms up. Our tree is growing and blooming. And now it's blowing in the wind. And then bring your hands down. Let's just do one forward fold here. Arms are up. Inhale up. Flip the palms. Make sure your shoulders didn't come up with that flip. They're staying down. And take yourself forward. Release your palms. Walk back. Final spinal twist before Shavasana. We're on our backs. Pull the right knee in. Step on your left thigh and roll over to the left. Look to the right. Think about that right shoulder. Relax it down. Let's come back. And put the foot down. Lift up the left, bend it, and roll over to the right. And then you're ready to come back into your Shavasana with the legs straight. If you're near a wall and you want to relax your legs up against the wall, that's just a lovely thing to do. And you can take your Shavasana in that pose as well. If you're not at a wall, or that's not what you want to do, let's just keep them flat. Arms are open, eyes are closed. Nothing left to do but inhale and exhale. Let your body absorb the poses that we reviewed, the warrior poses, flipping the dog, sundial. And then we're slowly embedding tree pose into our body. Inhale and exhale. As always, you can stay in your Shavasana pose. You don't need to come out. It's the advantage of doing this virtually online. Continue to breathe in and out. Otherwise, if you're starting to come out of your pose, and I know it's early, so certainly stay there. But for time constraints, let's have you wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Let the thumb touch and connect each of the fingers, each of the energy centers of the body. Bring the feet up. And let your knees fall over to the right, and the rest of the body will follow. Press down to come up. Bringing your hands together. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate your body, your breath, your time, your energy. Appreciate all that's divine in you. And from that space, from the divine in you to divine in me, I thank you for joining me again. Namaste. And thank you all. Have a lovely day.